And it's red in the center and blue all around, with a ribbon of gold in between. And it's bigger than Texas and flatter than Spain, and it's the best country I've ever seen. From Tibooburra to Cameron Corner, the signs augur well for access to the Strzelecki track. The roads are drying out, albeit a little chopped up, and there's oncoming traffic indicating a through passage to the west. I stop in at Lake Pinaroo for a look, full for the first time in a generation, and pretty as a picture. Plenty of bird life, and everywhere the signs of country enjoying a good drink. In fact, I stay so long I don't reach the roadhouse till dusk, by the light of a silvery moon, no less. Cameron Corner, this is it right here. The surveyed peg for the junction of the three states, Queensland, New South Wales and South Australia over there. Behind me, the dingo fence, which stretches from southeast Queensland all the way to the Great Australian Bight. Started life in the 1800s as a rabbit fence, but that didn't prove so successful. It was piecemeal at that stage, and then they joined it all together and turned it into a dog fence, which has been slightly more successful. It's maintained by the Wild Dog Board and contributions from the graziers in order to keep the dingo and wild dog population out of the southeast, the grazing areas of the continent. But Cameron Corner as a pit stop has really only been around for 20 odd years. Phyllis Plonger explains.
I'm not sure how far back, but there was a fella by the name of Sandy, a returned Vietnam vet, and he came out here, I think just for a drive one day, and sat at the fence and just counted traffic passing in and out from South Australia to New South Wales, and thought there must be something to be made out here, so he just built a shed and started trading out of that.
Started trading what, fuel and...
Well, I think he did a bit of fuel, would have done beer. I mean, that's Australian, isn't it? You don't go anywhere without a beer. And then just sort of built it up from that.
The current proprietors have got plans for a golf course?
9 holes is the plan now.
And is the idea to play in 3 separate states or play holes that cross the states?
Well, I'm not sure. It'd be good if they crossed them. So 3 in each and cross the fence each time. Just because you can.
You're right.
He's had a annual tri-state New Year's Eve party every year. We start here, have a barbecue, tea and whatever, and then we go up to the corner post and we celebrate 3 separate New Year's Eves.
At different times? At
different times. So by the time you get past the 3rd one, you're pretty well tanked.
I assume that fence works all right and you don't see any dogs coming through here because they'll make short work of that.
Yeah, well, we're actually on the outside of the fence at the minute. We're in dingo territory right at the minute. Apparently they haven't seen any for a while, but that's not to say they're not around.
And who better to ask about that than dog fencers Lloyd and Larry? Is he letting vermin through? Is he letting them? He does it all the time. Does he let it through?
He does. The cat's out of the bag.
It's always the one down the road or the one up the road. So let the dog.
My side's really good, but they always come from Larry's way. But I've been up here for only 4 years. I had a dairy farm down in Victoria for 25 years. So she's a bit of a a sand change, I suppose, or something like that. Yeah.
So you'd be running from something, wouldn't it?
Cows. Yeah.
All given like roughly 100 kilometres each to look after. And you do that 100 k's every Monday and Friday, looking for holes, just patch any big holes. And then you spend the other 3 days, Monday to Thursday, just maintaining.
Do you ever see holes in the fence that you just can't work out? You just think...
What has done it?
Yeah.
You usually got a rough idea.
Yeah, usually tracks or something like that usually gives it away, whatever's going through there. But
you've never found a hole without tracks?
There was a big hole up there once where Larry drove through when he nodded off there one day, but everyone had a fair idea what it was. Sorry, Larry.
With a ribbon of gold in between. And it's bigger than Texas and flatter than Spain, and it's the best country I've ever seen.